Hello everyone, how are we today? How is everyone? Hello Arling, how are you? Wow, you're first. You're the first. Thank you, Arling. Good morning to you. Did you sleep well? Did you did you sleep well afterwards, Arling? Hello, Pita, me inside. How are you? Hello, Chona. Good morning to you. Good morning, Pita. I'm going outside now. Okay, Chona. John Brown baby has a pimple on his nose. John Brown baby has a pimple on his nose. John Brown baby has a pimple on his nose. And he flicked it and it flew away. Peter, Peter, Peter Rabbit. Peter, Peter, Peter Rabbit. Peter, Peter, Peter Rabbit. And he flicked it and it flew away. John Brown baby has a pimple on his nose. John Brown baby has a pimple on his nose. John Brown baby has a pimple on his nose. And he flicked it and it flew away. Peter, Peter, Peter Rabbit. Peter. Thank you, Arling. Thank you, Chona. Thank you, Maya. Thank you, Pita. Thank you for all being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyone want to talk about today's topic? We have not been discussing our topics. Does anybody want to talk about today's topic? Okay, I've got something to tell you all right? Yesterday I was in chat with some specialist from YouTube. It's a YouTube only, okay? One of the customer service chatting with them. So I asked him a very good question. And just because I was chatting with him and on my channel name, he was able to open up exactly what I was talking about. Very smart guy he was. So I gave him example. I told him, can you tell me why my watch hours are being slashed? And I told him, look at my number 197. My 197, I had some 48 hours something. So he looked and all that, and then he said now it is showing 32 watch hours. From 48 it is showing 32. I said no, when I go and look at the analytics it is showing 1 point something. So So anyhow, what he was explaining to me, he's saying as soon as soon as the video ends, the video generates a system based on very little algorithm. So it shows like a very big number, or higher number, or whatever it is. It will show that. But you have to actually wait for 3 days, he said. You have to wait for 3 days. And after 3 days, then you look, he said, that will be the actual number, because the algorithm takes around 3 days to finally update. That is why one of the reasons why YouTube is like today is what, the 10th, right? Today is the 10th. YouTube has only updated the 4th, or yesterday was the 9th, correct? And YouTube updated 4th of May. So that's why YouTube takes some time, to update the correct one. First, I used to think it's immediate, right? But then I realized it's not immediate, because the dates are given when they are updating it. So it was 4th of May right now. So they are updating our videos as of 4th of May, not as of 9th of May. So he said it will take 3 days. After 3 days, when you go and look, whatever you see, that will be your final one. For sure, he said that will be the final one. So when I looked at it, and I looked at number 197, that was long ago. And when I looked at when I look at, when I go to content, when we go to content and then we click on any video, we click on the video, and then we go to analytics, it shows much less. It shows little. He said, don't worry about that. Ignore it. What you need to do is open the main video and look at the analytics of the main video. And that is your final thing. So open the main video and then click on analytics, and whatever analytics is showing, that will be your final one. But you have to do that after 3 days. So I'm starting to monitor now from 5th of May. It was up to 4th of May. So I looked at my videos, and 5th of May and 6th of May, I looked at my videos, and I'm trying to analyze and see now when I get my update. When I get my update at 1:30 in the morning, then I'm going to check and see, is my watch hours giving me time watch hours or not? Because I'm playing my watch hours on Hector channel. I want to see, am I getting the watch hours or not? So now at last I've got a way of finding out. And if I'm getting watch hours, how many watch hours I'm getting. Because yesterday, I got only 19 hours, and the day before that I got only 21 hours. Now my videos are showing more than those numbers. Then what happens to the watch hours? And what happens to people who are, watching, replaying the watch hours, right? So what happens about those watch hours? Like nothing counted. So I want to keep a watch. So now I understood properly. Now my camera has gone off. Ah, okay, my camera went off. So that is it. So after we finish any live stream or any video or something, you live stream especially, you need to look after 3 days, and whatever it shows you, that will be the final one after 3 days. So I am going to monitor that now. Let's see. I'm going to monitor that. Let us see how it is. So just as a record, if anybody is listening to me, okay, just as a record, it's good to know, that's what I like to find out, no? I asked the question why. So for one live stream, for 5th of May, one live stream, I got 7 hours. Another one, I got 13 hours. And another one, I got 2 hours. So for the 7 hours, I still have 7 hours. For the 11 hours, 45 minutes, it has come down to, for 13 hours and 45 minutes, 13 hours, 45 minutes, YouTube reduced it to 11 hours. And there's another one which I had 2.3 hours, 2.3, and YouTube reduced it to 1 hour only. So I'm going to monitor now tonight and see if I'm going to get the total number that they have, or am I getting more than that because of the watch hours that I'm replaying. So I need to see if I'm getting how much more. So let's see. Let us see. So in the morning when it gets updated, I will know. I'm keeping a record now. Let me see. There's another live stream. I had 31 hours for the live stream, and YouTube has reduced it to 22. So almost 9 hours less, 9 hours less. So it was 32 hours, 31 hours. They reduced it to, actually, it was 31 and a half hours. They reduced it to 22 hours. So like this, I'm going to now monitor on a daily basis and let us see how much the watch hours are giving us. Because I'm playing all your watch hours also, right? Peter's watch hours also I'm playing. Chona, have you made your playlist? So, hello, Joyce. Good evening to you, Joyce. How was your day at work today, Joyce? Stephen is already at work. I chatted with him a little bit on Pita's on Pita's live stream. So, but he said he's going to be very busy today for long periods of time. Yeah, we are all doing well. I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. It was good, sir. I got some tokens from the kids. Okay, that's nice. For Teachers' Day, yeah? So when you say tokens, what do you mean by tokens? Or do you just mean like gifts? Okay, tokens means gifts. Okay, got it. So Joyce is asking Chona, how are you doing now? Chona is busy washing clothes. Okay, Joyce. So if she's not answering because she's gone out. Not washing clothes also, but she said she's gone out also. She said she was going out. Yeah, she said she was going out. Early morning, she said she was washing clothes, and now before she said she's going out, but she just came and left one or two messages, and then she went out, I guess. Yeah, just to tell you so that in case you're wondering why she's not replying. So I don't know if she'll come back in time, before the chat ends or what. I have no idea. So yeah, that's it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Joyce, what time do you usually get up in the morning for school, on school days? What time do you usually get up? I'll be loving you eternally. We are not on DLS time. I generally get up by 4 or 4:30 a.m. So DLS time. I must check what time. Oh, your same time as Steven. Your same time as Steven. So I don't need to check up that. Okay, so 4 or 4:30 a.m. So that means it'll be about 2:30 a.m. for me. I am 2 hours behind you. So because I'm 2 hours behind Steven. When I was in Mississauga, I was on the same time length as Steven and you when I used to be in Mississauga. But now over here, it's close to Vancouver, right, Alberta. So I'm 2 hours. I'm 2 hours behind you. Okay. At the moment, you are same time as Philippines. You are like same time as Philippines, but except 12 hours difference. 12 hours difference. My channel is doing fine, inching at a good pace daily. That's good. That's good. What's your latest watch hours now, Pita? Has it touched 1K? Oh, very good. 700 watch hours. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Because I think last I saw you had 645 or something, you told me, right? Sometimes I woke up with zero. Sometimes I woke up with zero views. No, those views keep just going up and down, up and down. Sometimes you'll find there are two people chatting away, but it'll show zero. Right? You'll find two people are chatting, but it will show 0 hours. Hello, Stephen. How are you? So you're not having a how's your new crew? But Stephen, every night that you've been going for your shift, you must be having the same crew every night, or your day also change. Yes, usually have same crew. I'm covering for a supervisor on vacation tonight and tomorrow night. Ah, okay, okay. Day is going good so far. Hmm. That's good, Steven. Stephen, what's the chemical composition of carbon dioxide again? Carbon dioxide, CO2, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or what's the chemical composition of carbon dioxide? Chemical composition, sorry, yeah. Carbon dioxide, CO2, that's carbon plus oxygen. One molecule of carbon plus two molecules of oxygen. I'm not a science student, huh? I'm just trying to remember. Last I studied science when I was in grade 8. That's the last time I studied science, when I was in grade 8. I've never used a carbon monoxide detector. Not, but probably should. Here or badly invented furnaces causing poisoning every year. I don't know. In Canada, when you have your own house in Canada, there are already these detectors, in the house, but you have to make sure that they are maintained on a regular basis. And yeah, you have to make sure they are maintained on a regular basis. And uh, and then we also have the smoke detectors. That is different, and this is normally from the furnaces, and where the right down in the basement, usually where the furnace room and all that. So yeah, they do advise us very often to please be monitoring and checking on that. So it's quite strong here in Canada, about this monoxide thing. They like the smoke detectors, but smoke detectors I think are a little smaller, and carbon monoxide ones are bigger. CO2 is carbon dioxide, if I'm not mistaken. CO2 is carbon dioxide. Yes, CO2 is carbon dioxide. One carbon molecule and two oxygen. Not bad, man. Stephen, my thing is still good. I just said that earlier. My memory is still good. Last I studied science was in grade 8, when I was in grade 8. Hmm. Not bad, I remembered it. Oh, what I found very difficult is when you're adding, and then the molecules changes into something else and something else, and some gas is given off and something else is left, and oh my god. So the composition of two two things like would end up as something totally different. Oh, I still have such a hard time trying to this. And what was that called? The periodic table. Oh my God, the periodic table. Ooh, 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 ooh. I could never master that periodic table. My God, talking about that period. For a minute, I almost never got the name of it. Periodic table. Yeah, I could never master that periodic table. It was such a complicated thing. That's why from grade 9 onwards, I opted for accounts. I went into the accounts stream. We used to divide ourselves into science, commerce and accounts. That was, and humanities. That was the arts, history, geography, and all that. Although I was taking accounts, I still had to study geography. I misread the topic. Do you have these monoxide detectors in your houses in Jamaica? Normally, it's where the furnaces and all are. So the furnace room, like outside that area. Joyce, I like mostly you are the one when you come on here, you start with the topic. It's nice. No, we have it in our homes. In Canada, we have the monoxide detectors in our homes. So we have smoke detectors on our first level where the kitchen and all is. So on the first level, we have the smoke detectors, and down in the basement used to be our furnace room. So wherever the furnace room, there you have detectors also. That was the monoxide detectors. Because the carbon dioxide is not so dangerous, but the monoxide is even more because monoxide is poisonous. So if you inhale that, you can pop off. I have the periodic table on my computer here at work. Our lab does a complete chemical analysis of all the metal we make, and I look at them multiply times multiple times a shift. That's good, Stephen. Yeah, in the apartments, Joyce, in the apartments in Canada, we have the smoke detectors, but not the carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is down in the main pump room, the main pump room where the furnaces and all those the heater and the cooling system and all. So there they have the monoxide. But in our homes, we used to have it in our basement. So, Stephen, you still refer to the periodic table, yeah? Because you're dealing in chemicals, molten material, and all that. I could never get those periodic tables in my head. It's nice. It's supposed to be like color coded, and so you can. There is a system how to learn it, but and I'm good in math. I'm good in math, but I never understood that. It was very difficult. In apartment, Joyce says, in apartment, persons are not even allowed to use gas stoves or have gas pans. Really? Then what do you use for cooking? Electricity? I know in the condo where we stayed also, it was all electric. The gas stove was electric. Stephen says, our analysis is given as percentage of elements. Sometimes I look an element up if I don't recognize the symbol. Okay, okay. Yeah, I've forgotten symbols of so many metals I've forgotten. I think AG is silver and gold is AU. No, I don't know what's gold. I can't remember. I think AG is silver and AU. I don't know why AU comes to my mind. I don't know whether AU is gold or what. Hmm, I don't know what other. I don't know if I would remember it. If somebody asked me something, I don't know if I would remember something coming back. Because that is really long ago. EU is gold, so good. I think I'm. It's good. No, I remember. I said I said I know AG is silver and I think AU is gold, though I'm not too sure. But I said I don't know why AU is coming in my mind only. Hmm. Joyce, at school we learned the basic chemical symbols like H2O for water and so on, but I don't remember them now. Yeah, true. H2O, two molecules of hydrogen, one molecule of oxygen. And I think that is what went into bombs, right, Stephen? The hydrogen, right? I remember, it's so strange. I was not really interested so much in science, but I don't know why I remember certain things. I think I remember something like electrolysis, something like electrolysis or something. You put current into the water in order to separate it. You run current through water to separate the molecules. Electrolysis or something like that. Yes, hydrogen is used in bombs. That's what I was saying. I think hydrogen is used in bombs. And yet it is in water which we are consuming. and we use it for so many things. I know science is very interesting, but in school I always used to say, if I go into the chemistry lab, there'll be an explosion instead of anything else. What is this thing that is coming into my mind about electrolysis or something like that? Running electric current to through water to split up the molecules of the water. Oh, nice. I'm not connected and I'm talking. I've not connected it as yet. Oh, stupid me. So long I'm talking now and I don't even have the thing. And when I was turning to put the plug in, I said, oh, no problem. I've got my headphones, so I can still talk in the mic. But when I turn around and if I'm talking, I'm sure you cannot hear. Sounds the same other way also. Okay, okay. So my camera microphone is pretty good, strong. Main site. I've been on a science training center during my school days, and we used to do naming and breaking down chemicals and chemical compounds. Yeah. Then I graduated hotel and restaurant management. Oh, okay, okay. I wanted to do hotel and restaurant management. I really was very interested in doing that course. And when I finished my school, when I went there for getting admission, that all along I wanted to become. And when I went for the admission to the catering college there, they said, sorry, we only accepting science students. And in school, I didn't take science. I took it only up to grade 8. So I thought that was not fair. So anyhow, I branched off and all, then I became a teacher and all. And many years later, they began accepting students who didn't have science, and they incorporated, like within the first year of studies, they incorporated a little bit of science. I was thinking how sad. That was my dream career, hotel management. And I know in the hotel management you start with everything. You're doing cooking, you're doing serving, you're doing washing, you're doing everything. They teach you from scratch, right from the bottom rung to the topmost rung. They teach you everything, so you're familiar with every department, and I always wish to be the manager of a hotel. So yeah, but it was not meant to be. It helps though because I worked for an industrial gases company before I went to teaching. Joyce says that's wonderful. I would never want. I have a great desire to study. Great desire to study. Even when I joined Carrier Canada, I did a HVAC course, but that was like an online course, which was not really useful because there's no practical work, right? And practical is most important in the HVAC industry. But I just wanted to have a more in-depth theory at least, because I was working for an HVAC company, right? So I wanted to just have an in-depth idea about things. So I did that course, paid for it, did it, forgotten it now, forgotten it completely. But it's like that, I still love to learn. I still love to learn. And every day, even through this live streaming and all, I learned so much from all of you. A lot from Stephen. He has a good knowledge of so many things. Never forget Joyce's Bammy. Even Stephen asked, "What is Bammy?" I also said, "What is Bammy?" So we learned something, so many things to learn, really. That's why my channel I started learning experiences. Life is full of learning experiences. We learn a lot from, even as teachers, we learn a lot from our students. We are supposed to be teaching our students, but for me, we learn a lot from our students. Peter says, my sister is a chemical engineer. Wow. She always tells us the beauty of chemistry. She said everything in the world, both visible and invisible, are composed of chemical elements. True. Yeah, any plant form, animals, everything. I have a wandering mind, always curious. Stephen, I have a wandering mind, always curious. Me also, Stephen. That is the reason why I question. And you know what, Stephen? Yesterday I was, I told you I'm asking why. Like everybody says, oh, your watch hours are getting slashed. Let it be. Just enjoy the journey. Just enjoy doing your videos and all. Yes, correct. But I just want to know because like I've sent you all screenshots. Like correct, 48 hours is coming down to 4 hours. Correct. So it's ridiculous, right? And so many views are coming down less in views. How can the views come less, right? Okay, YouTube slashes the hours. How can the views come down? If there were 68 views, there would be more than 68 because people would watch the videos later on, correct? So yesterday, so Stephen, when you sent me that thing about getting rid of the heart, so I went somewhere to YouTube and suddenly one chat came up. I must see how to do that again. I was looking at something and suddenly this chat came up, chat. So you can chat with a technical expert. So I was chatting with him. Okay, Stephen, now this is very interesting. I was chatting with him and I asked him, is there any such thing that I can get rid of the heart? And he was trying to look and all that. And then he came back to me and he said, no, there is no such thing to get rid of it. So I said, no, I have a video. I have a video. I can send you the link if you want. So he said, yes, send me the link. So I copied your link, which you had sent. I copied the link and I sent it to him. So he said, thank you for the link. Let me just look into the video. So he looked into the video and all, and then he came back. He saying, yes, sir, you can do this. You can do this. I've gone through the video. Thank you for sending it to me. So see, he himself did not know. As a technical expert, he did not know. He told me like, no, it's not possible to do. But when I sent him the video, he looked at it and then he said, yes, sir, you can do it, but you can only do it when you are live. And you also were telling me the same thing. Perhaps when you're live only, it can be done. So I said, because I said I cannot see where's this, the edit button, and I cannot see this and I cannot see that and all that. So he said, no, so when you're live, then you will be able to see all that. I said, okay, that's good. So when I'm going live, I will check it out. But remember, I told you, Stephen, afterwards, I'm still going to see if, even if I'm not live, if I can do it. And yes, even if I'm not live, I can do it. Even if I'm not live, I can do it. Because when I click on the edit button, it shows me two things. Okay, I'm going to click on the edit button now. So when I click on the edit button, it shows me two things. It shows details, and I'm always doing the details. I'm always filling up the details. The details are like, your title and your description, all those details. So I'm not meant for kids and all. So I fill up the details. And this customization, I've never bothered to open it. I've never bothered to open it. So now, yesterday, I went in, and even a normal video, before when I'm making the video, if I go into details to put in the details, and at the same time I go into customization, and then I can go to that same option and I can unclick. It remains clicked. I can just uncheck it. So you can do it even. So see, even the technician did not know about that. So first of all, he looked at the video, then he said, yes, it is possible. But before that, he said, you cannot do it. And then he said, you can do it only when you're live. But no, I can do it even when I'm not live, because it has the two options, detail and then customization. So in customization, I can go and do all that. I wish I could do it as a viewer. Now you're getting me thinking, but believe me or not, I thought about it. But then you cannot go into my channel to edit, right? Into the host, whoever's the host, you can't enter their channel to edit. So uh, you know, but must Google and see if there's anything. But I don't think so, because it's the person's channel. You only that person can do whatever it is. So you see now, all my hearts are always removed. But yeah, you can do it in advance. You can do it even when you're not live. It can be done. It can be done, because when I'm creating the post, it has the edit button there, and the edit button shows detail and customization. And when I go to customization, it is there. So yes, I asked yesterday. Then I asked him. I said, I have another question. Is it okay if I ask you? And he said yes. He said yes, you can ask me. He said. And then I asked him about the watch hours and how he was able to log in. Huh? He was able to log in into my account, and he asked me also about your watch hours for which live stream, for which I said for YouTube. He was able to log in, and I told him go to number 197. He went to number 197, and he looked, and it was 48 and a half hours or something. And I told him, like, right now when I'm looking at it, it's showing one point something hours. So how ridiculous that is. So when he looked into it, he said, no, from 48 and a half hours, it is now reduced to 32 hours. From 48 and a half, it's now reduced to 32. I said, no, I wish I can send you a screenshot. I wish I can send you a screenshot. And that also he said, oh, if you want to send me a screenshot, you have to upload it into Google Drive. You upload it into Google Drive, then you follow the instructions in Google Drive, and then they will create you a link. Then that link you can send it to me. You can enter it in the chat, the link, and then I can go and view it. So I said, oh, now that's going to take a long process and all that. And I had to go to bring my kids. I had to go to the bus stop. So I said, no, that'll take very long. I'll look into that some other time. But I'll look into that possibility another time. But I just want an explanation right now. And where you're seeing this 32, it is reduced to 32 hours. Where are you seeing this? So, hello, Arling, how are you? So I said, where are you seeing this 32 hours? I'm seeing one point something. And I told him, I am seeing when you go to content and then you click on the video and then you click on the analysis, that is where it is showing. He said, no, don't look at that one. He said, you go to the main video, you open the main video, okay, you open that, and in that main video, you will find analytics. You open that analytics and you will find it. So I went and did that, and yes, it was showing 32 hours. So from 48 and a half, it was reduced to 32 hours, but still it was not bad, no, compared to it showing one point something. So now I understood. So from today, I'm going to monitor, because that was for the today. Yes, early morning, I get an update early morning around 1:30 my time, Canada time. So around 1:30 I get it. In Thailand, I used to get it at around, in Thailand, on the app. On the app, it gets dated around 3 o'clock in the morning on the app. And on the laptop, it used to update at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the evening, it used to update. But on the app, it used to update at 3 o'clock. So I used to check it. to check how much extra I've got, So now I'm monitoring. I'm going to monitor. Another thing, they keep a backlog. He said also, Stephen, he said it takes 3 days, 3 days. Like when you end a live stream, the algorithm is mildly calculated, roughly calculated. But after 3 days, every day changes, he said. Every day changes, and then after 3 days is what you will finally have. After 3 days, you will finally get your number, and that is what it will be. So you have to wait for 3 days, he said. Now I understand why YouTube is updating about 5 days, 5 days back. See, they updated 4th of May and yesterday was 9th of May. So 5 days back, because 3 days it takes to get the correct one. And then they need another 2 days, I guess, for, you know, refining it, shaping it up. So I learned those two valuable things yesterday. So like this, I will go again and ask. I will try to find a chat how I got it, and I'm going to keep asking. I'm going to keep asking all my difficulties. They are answering. I guess I got a nice guy, and he really looked at it and he said, "Thank you for the link. It was good you sent it to me." So it's that way. And then yes, we get an email of the chat. The chat is emailed to us. The chat is emailed to us at the end. So it's good. It's always a record there for us to check. It's in the email. The whole chat comes. Very nice. So anytime I'm going to get stuck with some information, I'll try to find a chat how to do it, and I'll go and, keep asking. Arling, I have big B problem. Problem now about my phone drop on the floor from my bed. Oh my God. I can use, but no sound. Oh no. And you are working full day. Maybe lunch break you can check somewhere nearby. If nearby there's a phone shop, you can check what is wrong with it. Somewhere near your office during your lunch break, your factory, you can check. Not factory, your supermarket. Joyce, I quickly enrolled in teachers college and said, you are on your own. While in college, the nursing background helped me. Okay. Do you miss the nursing? Do you miss the nursing line, Joyce? Or you prefer the teaching? I think nursing would have been better, right? I don't know. I'm just surmising. Then, if you were still in the nursing, Joyce, who knows? You might be in some other country by now. Joyce said, I started my professional career in nursing. I spent 2 out of 3 years in training. There are aspects of nursing that I didn't like. Oh, okay, okay. So I stopped. My mom became so upset with me. Hmm. I was able to work on weekends. Hmm. We are having a thunderstorm right now, Stephen. Oh, very hard rain. But you said the weather changes faster than people change their clothes, right? So now it's raining and soon it'll stop, and then the bright sun again. Joyce, I have no regrets. I prefer I prefer to live in Jamaica. No, but do you prefer the teaching job compared to the nursing job? One of my elder sisters became a nurse and she is living in Florida. I generally visit her over there. Okay. Joyce, I've stayed in USA, but family responsibilities always get in the way. Mm. Thunderstorm Steven means again drainage problem. People have to keep an eye on the water level, right? Duty calls. Yes, Stephen. Sure. Carry on. Thank you, Pita. So it's not easy to migrate when you have family responsibilities. True, true. No, I'm asking you. My prior question was, do you prefer the nursing job to the teaching job? That was my first question. Then I just said, if you had a nursing job, probably you would have been abroad. That's what I said. But my priority question was, do you enjoy the teaching job or the nursing job? I prefer teaching than nursing, but nursing is a part of me, yes. If I am at an accident site, I get into the role, yeah, true, true, and render first aid to the victim. At my school, I always make sure that kids will have at least 3 days water safety and or first aid training. Good choice, yeah. And nursing is proving to be useful. It is very important for a person to know the basics. True, true, true. I know for my security job, I had to do the first aid, safety and first aid course and all. I had to do that. And how to use the defib and all, we had to use that. I've forgotten now. I've forgotten. But yeah, we had to do that. Uh, Pita says it is very important for a person to know the basics. Yes. Joyce says that's very good, Madam Pita. Yeah, true. Joyce says, years ago, one of my students got in a fight and he was badly injured. A man stopped me in traffic and I rushed him to Spanish Town Hospital. He would have died if I did not render first aid to him. Yeah, it's good your nursing thing help saves lives still now. Pita, we are also required by the Department of Education to have fire safety and earthquake drills annually. Yeah, the drills are very important, I tell you. When I was working for Carrier Canada, we used to, every month, I think we had a drill for fire. Every month we used to have a drill, and according to which part of the office we were in, so a certain amount of group, a certain group of people, you had to come out from one exit, somebody else had to come out from another exit, and there was a person in charge of each of these groups. So they had a list of the names of the people. So when we had the mock trial, we used to come out, they would check the names. By that time, of course, they knew everybody, right, in their group. So they didn't have to check, but they would just say, okay, who's here, who's missing? Oh, Winston is missing. Okay, Winston is missing. Now, where is Winston? So they have to check where is Winston. Then somebody will go inside to check. It's just a fire drill, right? There's no fire. So one person will go in to check. So they will not see me in the toilet. They will not see me in my place where I sit down. Okay, they will not see me anywhere there. So before that, before that, what they will do is they will, on the walkie-talkie, they will talk to the other people, the heads of the other groups. So they will ask, is Winston in your group? Because we have to rush off not to our group, we have to rush off to the nearest group, the nearest exit. We have to rush out from that. We don't come all the way back to our group. No. So if I'm in the warehouse behind, I will rush out to the warehouse group. I will rush out there. So they will phone the walkie-talkie. They will call and say, "Is Winston in your group? Is Winston in your group? Winston in your group?" And everybody will say, "No, no, no." And somebody will say, "Ah, yes, Winston is in my group. Okay, fine. He's accounted for. From my group, Winston is missing, but he's in another group because he must have gone somewhere there. So he rushed out." But if everybody says Winston is not there, then they have to hold an inquiry to see where Winston is. Then they will send somebody inside to check, where I could be and all. And then I will be pulled up. I will be pulled up. If anything, I will be pulled up. Even though it's just a mock drill, but I will be pulled up because if it is a real fire, I'm putting other people's lives into problem by going to see where I am. So I will be in problem. And if I had to be in the toilet, like you have to try to finish and come out, just end your job and come out, from the toilet. You have to do that. You cannot stay there. You have to end your job and come out. So that is why. So I will get fired. I will get into real serious problems for that. Same here, madam. Pita, earthquakes and fire drills are conducted regularly. True. Joyce says, so in all fairness, I think teachers get more time off from work than nurses. Okay, now this is something I've always been told. Okay, this is something I've always been told that you teachers, you work so many less days in the year. For example, if they count all the weekends, which is not fair because everybody gets weekends off also. So you shouldn't be counting the weekends, all right? Uh, count all the government holidays. Others also get the government holidays. Companies also get government holidays. So don't try to compare that. Okay, all right. Next, we come to the vacation time. We get summer and winter vacation, and maybe Easter time we get vacation. So that's the only thing I agree to. That from that point of view, we get a little more vacation. Okay, a little more vacation. In an office, they will get only 1 month in the year or 45 days in the year, correct? So we get a little more in summer vacation, winter vacation, Easter vacation, something like that. So we get a little more vacation period. Okay, I agree with that. But Joyce, my wife, she finishes her work, she comes home, office is out of the question, finished. Office is over. Can we as teachers do that? When we finish school and we come home, can we say now schoolwork is schoolwork, now I've come home? No. We carry our schoolwork to the home. We have to still prepare lessons for the next day. We have to prepare worksheets. We have to prepare exam papers. We have to prepare test papers. We have to do corrections. Do we have enough free periods to do corrections in school? No. We take home corrections. We have to take correct books home to correct. We have to take exam papers home to correct. Aren't we working school time at home time, school work at home time? Nobody looks at all that. All right. So we have to work extra time. We are always preparing for our lessons. We are always preparing projects. We are always preparing other things. So we are using a lot of our time at home also for our schoolwork. But people who are working in an office, once they finish with their office, finished. It's closed. They come home and it's only the housework and the family. For us, sometimes we are even neglecting our kids because of our school. So I will never agree with that statement. When people make that statement to me, I never agree because I say we are still working extra time. We are still working extra time. And when you come to vacation period, we have to take our vacation only at that time. We cannot just take a 2 week vacation and go off during school time, right? No kind of replacement. Unless we are sick and we are in hospital and accident and all, that's okay. But otherwise, we cannot take the vacation when we want to take the vacation. Whereas in an office, they are very lucky. They can take it. They can go during off-peak time. We are going during peak time. All schools are closed, so we are going during peak time, and tickets and everything and flights and all are more expensive for us to pay. So I do not agree with that statement, Joyce. I don't know whether you agree what I am saying also, but I do not agree with that statement when people say, "Oh, teachers have more holidays than us." No, I don't agree with that. They don't take home work. We take home work. We are always preparing our lessons. We are always doing. We are always marking. We are correcting exam tests. No. I know how much I used to take papers, books home and all to correct, or stay in the school a little extra because it's a problem carrying your books home and carrying those books back again, right? No, I sometimes will just sit in the school, stay another 1 hour or something, try to finish as much as I can and go off. But then sometimes it depends on your workload, how many classes you are teaching, right? No, Joyce, I never agree with that statement. I never agree with it. And I tell people off. I tell people, right, but look at it from a teacher's point of view. So you as a teacher, when you say this, in all fairness, then I don't know. My working condition as a teacher was different than yours, I guess. I took homework. I had to prepare work at home for my exams, for my test papers. I don't do that in the school. There's no time in the school. And that is why in the Oxford school, when I was teaching, or when I was assistant headmaster, right? And one day I just said, poor teachers. I just used the word poor teachers. I've said this before on my live stream. I said, poor teachers. And the owner of the school, I told it to the I told it to the headmistress. She was in charge of the girls and I was in charge of the boys. And she was there before me. So I just told her about it. And she was very friendly with the owner wife. And she must have told the owner's wife. And owner's wife must have told her husband when they were in bed at night, she must have told her husband. And her husband called the principal late in the night and said, please call Mr. Burton and speak to Mr. Burton. If he is in management, and that's my first main management position. If he is in management, he has to be 100% management, not teachers. So my principal called me next morning. First thing, he came early to school. He knows I always come early. He came early, came to my office, parked his car, came to my office, and then called me to his office. And then we walked together. And then he told me, sit down. And then he said, you said something like poor teachers yesterday, and I forgotten about it. I said, poor teachers? I don't know. Then I remember. I said, yeah, I told Mr. Nikat, poor teachers, because out of 7 periods, they have one free period, and I give them invigilation to do. Why some teachers are absent? So I'm allotting duty. I have to allot for the whole school. So I'm allotting duty. I have no teacher free. So when a teacher has one period off, I'm giving that teacher to go and take charge of a class. So the teacher has no free period. Now I know as a teacher, I say, okay, I'm going to be free this period. Let me do this marking. Let me do this reading. Let me prepare this test paper. I plan, right? During my free period, only one period free. So let me see how I can use it. So I plan it. And then you send me to a class to invigilate. I cannot correct. I cannot mark in the class. I have to set the work, for the students and make sure they are doing that. So I just said poor teachers. And I told my principal, he was a British guy, very nice man, Mr. Keenan, very nice man. I told him, I said, Mr. Keenan, I'm sorry. Without our teachers, we are nowhere. You, principal, vice principal, owner of the school also is nowhere without his teachers. If there were no teachers in the school wouldn't function. For me, teachers are very important. We need to respect them. We need to take care of them. Yes, somebody will try to take advantage, kindness for weakness. I said, no, but for me, my teachers are most important. I said, most important. So he said, but Winston, this is what the owner said to tell you. So no. That's why I gave up my job. I worked only for 1 year, but I gave it up. I gave it up. I cannot work like this. I said, I cannot work like this. No. Yeah, 50% management, 50% teachers, I would say. But no, I have to be with the teacher. I have been a teacher, so I know my problems. And management never cares about your problems. But I care about my teachers. For me, teachers are important. Sir, it depends on the country in which you work or your contract. In Jamaica, government paid teachers get more benefits and time off from work than teachers who work in the private sector. Yeah, I said I do not know in your country what it is like, but I worked in India, I worked in Dubai. I've not worked as a teacher in Canada, but I worked extensively in Dubai. I worked in Oman, and everywhere where I worked, in all the schools I worked in, all these countries I worked, it is the same. In Dubai, also I worked in so many schools. No, we are doing extra work. We are doing extra work. We are preparing for exams. We are correcting. We are taking, corrections home. We are taking work home. No, so I don't agree. I don't agree at all with that statement. So, and then also the holidays we cannot take when we want. We can only take it during those fixed time when we have off. Then only we can take it. So, do you know in some countries, some schools, like even in India, in some cities, they are having 60 students in one classroom. They are like sardines, 60 children in one classroom, only one teacher, no assistants, no assistants, one teacher to teach 60 students. How the hell can you teach 60 students? If I have 20 or 25 or 30 students, I find it a problem. How do you teach 60 students in the classroom? Not easy, no. Teaching is not as easy as people think it is, no. Maybe in Jamaica it is easy, but I've seen so many places in the world I've been, and no. And teaching is the worst paid profession, except in some countries, but otherwise around the world, usually teaching is the worst paid. Government services always do have bigger benefits. I've never worked in a government school. I've always worked in private schools. So yeah, I know government they get better. Salaries are better. The salaries goes according to what we used to call the DNS allowance. If the cost of living goes up, the salaries go up. You know, because they get a little extra allowance, so that if cost goes up, then that extra allowance goes up and it's added. If the cost of things go down, then that a little allowance goes down. The basic salary is same, but that allowance goes down a little. But mostly, that is always going up. Prices of stuff doesn't come down. You know, prices of stuff is always increasing and going higher. So, and then they get a lot of facilities. Government people who are working for government schools, they get a lot of facilities. Private sectors may not get all the holidays, all the government holidays, only the very important government holidays. But sometimes, like, there might be about 6 days holiday by the government, but private sectors will give only 3 days holiday. So there are differences like that in vacation time also. Uh, all schools in Jamaica, private or public, is governed by the Code of Education. Teachers in some private schools have joined unions. Okay. Yes, as you said, in different schools and different countries might be different regulations. Class is a serious issue in most schools. Yeah, true. Class size is very, yes, class size is definitely a issue. What's the maximum number of students they have in each class on an average in Jamaica? I know the senior classes are, you've written, in USA, 20 students to one teacher. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, in India, there are some cities like Calcutta and all that. 60 students, 60 students to one teacher. How? It's not possible. 60 students to one teacher. No assistant, nothing. So 45 also is a lot. 45 is a lot. That's too many students to teach. Too many students to teach. That's why the teachers are migrating. True. Yeah, imagine going to US, 20 students, where's 45, where's 20? 45 to 60 is too much, to teach. You cannot. How can you teach? How can you correct so many books and all? You can't do justice. 20 to 25 would be okay. Be okay. Joyce, well, before you go to work, make sure you have a strong breakfast. I pray that a fight does not break out. Joyce, you are funny. But it's true, it's true. But subject teachers move from one class to another. Yeah, true. That's a better system, subject teachers moving instead of students. Student moving, there'll be chaos. Can you imagine 45, 60 students all moving around? One going from this class, one coming to the other class. There'll be total panic. But that's what used to be the old system, right? The old system, the students would move, the teachers would remain. Like you had a geography teacher, a geography room where the geography teacher would be, and the labs where the science teachers are. Of course, labs, they would still, students would have to go to the labs to carry out experiments and all that. But if they were just doing a theory lesson, a teaching lesson, it can be done in the classroom, you know. Joyce, in a way, no student is bad, you know. Just generally speaking, no student is bad. You can get the worst of the students to do. Yes, there will be the odd student. The odd students would be bad, but you not get a class of 25 bad students. No student is bad. They have not been taught well. They have not had a proper upbringing. They must be having a poor parental background. You know, they may be having bad influence from their neighborhood where they are living. So no child is bad actually. There will be the odd ones, but in a classroom you will not have all the 25 bad children. No, it all depends on how you get around to coping up with their behavior and things like that. There are schools where students are coming and keeping a knife on the table during an examination. They're keeping a knife on the table. If the invigilator questions them, they will slash the invigilator. You know, to that extent, like school, not university, not college, school. I have seen in schools, in some schools, they do that. But then it depends on management. It depends on management how strong management can come down. And then there's a law also. Student cannot bring knives and all to school. There's a law about that. So they can get into trouble. They can even be sent to juvenile court and all that. But again, as you say, it depends from country to country. But I don't think there would be a 25 bad students in the class. No. In private schools, few students, but teachers have so much of preparation. So yeah, there is good and bad in everything, right? There is good and bad in everything. So it all depends on how we can manage it. And that is why I say management must always be for the teachers, period. Management must be for the teachers. That is one thing I strictly came across in my career. The dirty dozen. Yeah, the dirty dozen. What a movie that was, no? The Dirty Dozen. Wow, what a movie! What a movie! Loved it. Steve McQueen, The Dirty Dozen. I love the movie. Oh, Steven is there. When I was in school, knives were very common. See, what did I tell you, Joyce? I told you. I know in schools, in schools, now not allowed at all. True, true. I know. I have read. I have witnessed, especially during examination times. The knife will be kept on the table. So that's a sign for the invigilator. You said you come to check me, I will slash you. There's Stephen. Stephen is my backup. Stephen is my backup. Yes, I have read. I have witnessed. So it depends on management how you come down strict, with the students. Stephen, in grade school, I had teachers borrow my knife. You also took a knife to school, Stephen? And what would they borrow your knife for? Why would they borrow your knife? Everybody was afraid to face them. And guess what? I was I was assessed in the class, and they behaved well. So you see, it's not like they are. That's why I said there is no such thing as a bad student. There is no such thing as a bad student. Why can one teacher control a class and another teacher cannot control the class? That's why I said, Joyce, there is no such thing as a bad student. I have had one knife in my pocket since I was 6 years old. That's why you're into hunting and knives and bows and arrows and guns and fishing rods and all that, huh, Stephen? My God, I can imagine. I can imagine. Joyce says, when I was a little girl, I took a bay of stories to school. A bag of stories to school. Yeah, a bag of stories to school, yeah. Trophy for you, Joyce, because you were able to control your class. Yeah, I say one teacher can control and the other teacher cannot control. So it's not the students, it's the teacher. It's not the students. Phone is only 66. That's bad. Joyce, for English, there are many times especially if I'm doing private teaching, and they are from a different language. So when I'm teaching English, I do these kind of exercises. Like, for example, take the word bay, no? Take the word bay. I'm just saying bay. Or take the word bag. Okay, take the word bag. So what I tell them is change one letter. Change one letter, any one letter to make it into a different word. you know so like bag, it could be changed with rag, right? Rag. Or bag can be changed with bay, bay, bay. And then from bay they can change it to boy, boy. So like that I give them, it helps to develop their English. It helps to develop their English. It helps them to learn new vocabulary words. It helps them to identify quickly how they can change the words. you know it helps them to get more meanings, to build up vocabulary from that point of view, that how the meaning changes. So I find that's a very interesting exercise. And you see children sometimes really trying to think, oh, now what can I change? They're really trying to think, but that's how they would learn. So I do that with 3-letter words, 4-letter words, 5-letter words. So there's another game called, oh my God, what's it called? Yeah, I've forgotten. Oh my God, just forgot the term. I give them a big word, and from the big word, they have to make smaller words, like Constantinople. Give them that's a very common thing. Constantinople. A boy constantly picked on me. I, one day I rained judgment on him. Then I ran home to my grandparents. Yeah. So like a big word Constantinople, and then you break it down and make smaller words, and Constantinople. So in Constantinople, there are two O's. So you can make a word with two O's. How many times the letter is repeated, you can make a word with that. But Constantinople, P is only one, right? So you can only, in a word, you can only use one P. You cannot use more than one P. But in a word, you can use two O's because Constantinople. So there are two O's. So in a word, you can use two O's. But P, there is only one P in the whole word. So you can only use in one word, you can use that P once. You can use the P again in another word, but in one word, when you make, you can use P only once because there is only one P there. So, yeah, I have to give them this kind of exercise, to develop their vocabulary and spellings, meanings, everything. Everything. It's a very good exercise. Then Constantinople, I have to tell them also. First, start with 3-letter words. Sometimes it's too easy, I leave it. It depends on the class level. So sometimes I'll tell them just start with a 5-letter word. Only 5-letter word, nothing less. Five and more. You make a 5-letter word and more, but nothing less. So it all depends on the level of the class, and it works very well. It works. And then with that, I tell them how to find the new words when they do rhyming. I said do rhyming, like noon, spoon, tune, you know, cocoon. So like this, I say, look at rhyming words. So they are learning also rhyming words, right? So yeah, that's how I teach them for English. I do so many. I go out of the book. I don't follow the book exactly. I devise my own things for them to improve and learn. I didn't go back to school for oh my God, 2 weeks. I stayed home and helped my grandparents pick coffee. Hmm. But was he okay afterwards when you finally went back to school? How was the situation when you finally went back to school? Was the situation okay? Shuna went out. She said she was going out, so she's gone. Shona is going to do her live between 4 o'clock and between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock Philippine time. No, between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock Philippine time, I think. What did she say? Sometimes she writes on one, sometimes she writes on the other. It becomes so difficult to check and see. Okay, 4 to 6 p.m. 4 to 6 p.m. She's going to do her live between 2 hours they are giving her. Okay, 4 to 6 p.m. She's going to do her live stream Philippine time, 4 to 6 p.m. Okay, Chona. Just remember that. Okay, 4 to 6 p.m. Philippine time. So for Joyce, it will be 4 to 6 a.m. For Stephen, it is 4 to 6 a.m. But he's coming home at that time. He's coming home at that time. Six. No, he'll be in the office, so he can log in. He'll be in at work, so he could log in. 4 to 6 p.m. Yeah, because he leaves at about 5:30, I think. So he could log in from the because yesterday he said he had logged in, but he logged in late because he was busy at work. He logged in late, and then he left for home. And by the time he reached home, Chona's live stream was over. That's what he said. Does anyone know? Does anyone know what happened to Chona's live stream? You cannot see the live stream in her account. If you go to her channel page, you cannot see the live stream she did yesterday. Has anyone realized that? You cannot see the live stream, but which Chona did yesterday. Has anyone realized that? I think Pita knows about it because Pita was talking to Chona about that. Chona told me Pita had a talk with her about that. Years later, I met. Oh, that's an interesting story. When I returned to school, I didn't see him again. Oh, in the 2 weeks, huh? You didn't see him again. Wow, I didn't go back. Yeah, Years later, I met him at a funeral, and we both laughed over the incident. Very nice. It's so nice, you know. It's so nice. It's so nice. Yeah, it's so nice. It is. Like I was telling you all before, no. I saw a movie. It's based on a true story of how the Japanese and the Filipino were fighting, you know, and both of them were generals, and how cruel the Japanese general was to the Philippine, you know, general and the Philippine army, you know, people and all. Many years later, some or the other, they happened to get in touch with each other, and they began. At first, it was not a very good cordial relationship, but as time moved on, you know, the relationship became cordial, and then they both happened to meet again. They planned to meet each other, and they planned, and they just kind of, you know, forgot the old enmity during the wartime. You know, it was just forgotten, like, and they are very good friends today. Imagine a Japanese and a Filipino. Oh no, it was an American who was in Japan, I think. Yes, sorry, American soldier who was in Japan, who was in Philippines fighting with the Japanese. So something like that, and so they became good friends now. Or was it in Thailand? No, not in Thailand. In Philippines, I think. Japan never ever took over Thailand. Thailand, like that, have not had any foreign people using, uh, governing their land. They've not had any foreign people. The maximum they've had is from Burma, when armies came into Burma and they had a very tough fight. And in a place called Ayutthaya, Ayutthaya was the previous capital of Thailand. Then it was moved to Bangkok. But the previous capital of Thailand was Ayutthaya. So Ayutthaya, they've still got a place there where I think 9 people or something fought. 9 people bravely fought against the Burmese, you know, government, the Burmese soldiers to stop their invasion. So they got statue of all these 9 people in that particular village. I forget the name where it is, but it's part of Ayutthaya only, part of Ayutthaya. And very nice, you know, movie I saw. Very nice. I like true stories, you know, so I was interested in that. I'm not interested in war movies, but because it was true and very nice, you know, these two stories stand out in my mind. I forget it was on Netflix. So much I told one of my tuition boy, the Thai family, you know, I was friendly with. I told the tuition boy, I said, why don't you see this movie? Very good. He saw it and he liked it. Yeah. Okay, I will end my live stream. I know it's all very nice. We are talking and all that, but still, you know, I will end it. What's the time now? 7:49, 7:50, 9:50, almost 10 o'clock for you, Joyce, right? No, not 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock for you. Almost 9 o'clock. I will end it because you know why? I have to go live stream also, right? Silent live stream for the night. Silent live stream. So I have to go for that. So I'll prepare that and I'll go for dinner and then I'll come back and I'll start. No, sir. No for what, Joyce? Your time, it's not coming to 9 o'clock. It's not coming to 9 o'clock. 7:50 Jamaica. Okay, 7:15 Jamaica. Okay, sorry. Because Steven tells me his time is like 2 hours difference and your time is 1 hour. Maybe because US changed the timing, so now Steven is 2 hours difference. Very that's strange, you know. That's strange. Okay, anyhow, I will end my live stream now. And thanks, Joyce, and all the others who were here. Wonderful chat we had. See from where to where we went, you know. But we are talking about the chemicals and all that, and then went to school life and a nice, good chat, you know. I enjoy these chats. Honestly speaking, I enjoy it. When I get my monetization, I think I will only do one live stream, maybe only one live stream, but do it at a time when many people can make it. Do it at a time when many people can make it. So I love talking, and I'll try to download StreamYard. I wish people will come and talk also. Co-host with me and talk. Because when you're talking, you can explain more. And writing takes a long time, but when you're talking, you can always explain better. And more. Give more details when you're talking. Writing, you have to just give brief. You cannot write in full detail. Yes, Pita. Thank you, Pita, for being here. Thank you, all of you who have been here. But I will end it because I have to go silent live stream again. Okay, so I will end it and go silent live stream because I find silent live stream. I now realize that it's true. YouTube is slashing, even if YouTube is slashing, but I'm getting still some watch hours from that. And that is helping. So let me see. I'm monitoring now. I'm monitoring my watch hours, and let's see how it works out. Yeah, I only want to know, how things work. That's what I like to know. Now this man explained to me yesterday, Robert. I'm so happy, he explained. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. Now I don't care about the slashes. I'm satisfied. I got a reason. Very nicely explained to me. So I'm happy about that. So it's that way. So let me put in. Uh, I connect at all at the same time, chatting in this live stream. Yeah, everybody was chatting one after the other. Correct. True. Yes, it was good. That is why it's nice if we are talking, we can talk more. Correct. When you're talking, you can talk more. You can talk more in detail. Maybe I think I will now download StreamYard. I will download StreamYard, and I want to get all of you, come and talk because then, we can talk even on the spur of the moment. I can add you on StreamYard through StreamYard. I can add people at the spur of the moment, which otherwise I cannot do. So that will be good. So suddenly somebody wants to say something. Yeah, yeah, come on. I want to explain something. Yes, come. Okay. Send you the code. You log in with the code and finish. So I will download StreamYard. Chona downloaded it, so if Chona can do it, why can't I do it, right? So much easier on the laptop. You did not read the previous messages. I don't know which messages I did not read. I tried to read all the messages. I did go back also. After laundry, I will go and clean the car. I did laundry while cleaning the house. Yeah, you sent a message when I was typing the And I'm typing the thank you, right? And he added it out now. I know, good. That's what I'm saying, live stream is also good because while doing some work, you can hear. I used to do that when I'm cooking, while I'm washing, I'm still listening to the live stream. And then if I find something to comment on, I quickly wash my hands, wipe it, dry it, come back quickly, type in the message, and go back again. I find something I want to comment on. So, yeah, today I am not resting at all. Hmm. No peace for the wicked, right? That's what they say. No peace for the wicked. Okay, so uh, love to all of you, and God bless you. Those who are starting their day, have a wonderful day. Those whose day are ending, have a peaceful sleep, and see you the next day. And au revoir, hasta luego, till we meet again. Of course, I'll be going on silent live stream, say about in an hour's time from now, or 45 minutes. I will be going on silent live stream. Okay, and thank you all for your support. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So let me see how it goes. I'm monitoring my watch hours very carefully. I want to see what is the fluctuation, why there is a fluctuation. And now today I got some. Yesterday I got some better information to check from today onwards. So let's see. Because what I come to know, I can pass on to all of you. Like how I said just now, whatever the man told me, Robert, I passed it on to all of you. So we know now on track. We can know what exactly is happening with YouTube. Somebody at last is able to give us the information. You know, why a day at home for home chores? Only a day at home for home chores. Right, right. Oh yes, it's Friday for you. Normally you're at home, but last 2 weeks you were going to school on Friday, right? Or something or the other, right? Friday you're normally home. That's right. That's right. It's still Thursday for us, but Friday for you. Okay then. So I'll end my live stream. Thank you so much, all of you, and hope to see you on my live. I try to keep up with you up to midnight. I stay awake till midnight usually, and I still chat with all of you. And I chat from my phone. And yeah, we can catch up again. Okay, take care. Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.